Hello to my Pisces. All right, Pisces, we have 3 videos that looks like it's just stuck in the queue. I thought it was 2 at first, but it looks like it's 3. 3 zodiac signs are stuck in the queue. So I'm going to, this may be a bonus video for you also. If another one just happens to pop up, it was filmed a day ago. So if it just happens to pop up, then hey, you got a bonus video. So if it doesn't pop up, it's out there somewhere floating in internet land. Let's get into it, Pisces. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's go. All right. Let's get it. So, I love what I see when I look in the mirror. All right. Talking to you, wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. That's important. Loving what you see when you look in the mirror. All right. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your card. Talking to you, wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. Talking to even my cross watchers who are very in touch with your 12th house. Very in touch with your 12th house. Right? So, 12th house is all about spirituality, addictions, psychic abilities, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, emotions. Yeah. Yep. So 722, restoring act. So clear your energetic space. So I did put auric layers. So where he talking about, like, this is connects us with throat chakra, right? So you're closing out cycles with 2 energy. So your angels need you to cleanse your energy today. They're telling you it's become too muddied with things that are holding you back. So right now, pick up some of your favorite crystals and move them in a circle around your auric field. The energy around you that's also part of you. Visualize anything that needs to go, leaving your auric field. So I did put some information up on, for those of you all who like information, and it looks like the collective community does like information. That's going to help you to cleanse your auric layer, right? So it's on TikTok, it's on YouTube Shorts, and it's also on Instagram. So yeah, so there's a lot of ways that you can cleanse your aura. Lots of ways you can cleanse your aura. All right, so manifestation is right in that throat chakra, and we're talking about the throat chakra here. So you're trying to cleanse your energetic space. All right, so let's get it. See what's in your cards. All right, we have justice here. So it looks like you're trying to bring balance into your life. Bring balance into your life. Somebody's trying to restore balance into their lives after having a total recall of some things. It may be taking some kind of impulsive action. Somebody's trying to bring some kind of balance into their lives. But remember, the Tower card is also a karmic card too. So you may have to, repeat, in a karmic cycle. And that's not something anybody can escape, being in a karmic cycle. So however long that is. So the Tower card connects us with 1st house and also 8th house. 8th house is all about renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, occult, mystery, intimacy. So y'all know what I'm saying. Like if you're like signing with a loan with somebody, like that has a end date, right? Has an end date, right? So you could be in a spiritual contractual agreement with 2 energies. Even though you may have closed something out, you may be in a spiritual contractual agreement with someone that you've spoken to. So it's something they may be holding on to. That's why I always tell people, be very careful with energies that are holding on to something. You may have been having a conversation with some energies that's in a karmic cycle themselves that may have pulled you into something, your water, right? So be very careful. Yeah. So it looks like you're going into hermit mode where a light can turn on for you. a light can turn on for you, so you can really analyze some things, so you can have a breakthrough. So you can have a breakthrough, so you can really cut ties, energetic ties with some energies, and learn how to rise above the judgment. Because here's the judgment card. This is where something is getting ready to make sense to you all. Like when you hear people like in court say things like, speaking of justice, speaking of court, and the judgment card, when you hear people say somebody is like, a judge gives somebody several life sentences, you're like, how in the world can somebody have several life sentences, right? Energetically, spiritually, in spiritual law, because energy never dies, right? So somebody can come back many lifetimes and be caught up in other people's karmic cycles. That's why you feel like in some families, it's like, dang, this family, just like a whole lot of bad luck is happening in this family. Like, man, they paying for the sins of the family. Just like, dang, what the heck? Karmic cycles. Somebody has to come through and break a karmic cycle. And so everybody has their assignments of breaking karmic cycles. And it's usually when somebody is saying, oh, that person think they're better than somebody else, they probably given an assignment to break a karmic cycle. And people assume that they think they're better than other people, but Source is about to put you in hermit mode to help you to raise your, to get to the 9th house, to get into 9th house, higher education, philosophy, spiritual law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs, to help somebody understand an impulsive action can throw you into a karmic cycle that could last for lifetimes, that could last for many lifetimes. Just even linking up with certain energies can throw you into a karmic cycle that can last for many lifetimes. So when the assumption is that some people are being goody two shoes, that they think they better than, your friends, Source is saying, some people could be breaking karmic cycles, literally breaking karmic cycles. So they're trying to rise above the judgment. They're trying to rise above judgment of energies just by going into hermit mode and trying to get downloads of how to break karmic cycles that they've been assigned, whatever their assignment was from Source. Just praying their way through, okay, asking Source for strength, trying to clear energetic space. So while being used as pawns, while, people are trying to start arguments with them, and this is what a lot of people have in common. They're just trying to move through life quietly, trying to break karmic cycles of assignments that's been given to them, being accused of stuff, being people arguing with them, trying to start stuff with them, all of that, just trying to break karmic cycles. People jumping to conclusions about stuff. So Source is saying to you, that's something that you're learning. Something is you're going back through your memory of this, like, oh wow, okay, going back through your memory. Something is going to be a total recall of something for you. A lot of memories are going to come back to you about something. A lot of memories of being, when people are meek and they learn how to let God fight their battles. Meek does not mean weak. Meek doesn't mean weak. That's why I say in my readings all the time, Pisces, when somebody zip past you in a car and they cut you off, you don't need to beep, 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 beep. Cuss them out. Right. Send them off with blessings. You're not being phony. Like you trying to break karmic cycles. Especially if you come from a family where it's like every time you turn around, you're getting a phone call. This aunt, this uncle, this cousin got killed. This happened. Every time you turn around, you looking around, there's death everywhere. That's somebody is in probably a family with just karma is just running rampant throughout the family. You don't know who signed a deal with who, with the devil. So Source is saying, when people are trying to break karmic cycles, you're getting into arguments with people. You don't even know why people get into an argument. Just chaos and confusion. Here's the Empress card. Somebody trying to grow their abundance and their prosperity. not end it, not limit their abundance and their prosperity. But somebody is starting to get the gist of why it's not worth leaving, going through life's storms with a bunch of leaving behind a bunch of chaos and confusion, getting into arguments with people and fighting and screaming and all of that other stuff. Just rising above the, chaos and confusion and letting source fight battles. Getting to a throne. So this card right here is like apathy. Like, when people think people's backs are against the wall and they feel like, oh, they poured out everything and they has been, what's the name? I'm thinking of that show, the movie, The Five Heartbeats, like creatively, because water connects us with creativity. And people think, oh, they're back against the wall, they're not gifted and talented, they're not this and that. So it's just like people know how to tap in and go in and create. They know how to go to the creator, not to pray for what the next assignment is. Go to creator. So, but yeah, they're not interested in, arguing with people. Again, they let source fight their battles. They've come out of a karmic cycle. And they've, like I said, meek as a lamb. Meek as a lamb. They let source fight their battles. So, these two cards right here connects us with Scorpio. We're not talking about any Scorpio in particular. Scorpio rules 8th house. Yeah, Scorpio rules 8th house. Well, again, somebody is going into hermit mode and really analyzing with precision their emotions, flushing out all the toxins, anything around, relationships, especially sexual relationships, and also their financial decisions. Somebody's going into with precision and going into, creating this right here is an outer planet. This is the outermost planet. This is traditional planet. A generational planet. This is generational planet, and somebody is learning how to create and enforce very firm boundaries. Very firm boundaries. Being very conservative with their time. Very conservative with their time. Here's a page of swords here. So that's what you and somebody have in common with their kids. It's like if you have kids or you have whoever it is, your loved ones, you're enforcing very firm boundaries about them being open book with people who could end up hurting them. Like helping them to learn how to be more emotionally intelligent. With spilling out all of this, whatever. Learning how to keep things close to the cuff, giving people all kinds of ideas about stuff. Putting them in survival mode. Because you and somebody have something in common. You and somebody have something in common. It's like you and people who are other parents have something in common. So whether you're the child or the parent, something is generational. It's almost like it's like people who know how to separate you from loved ones, whether it's you and your kids or you and your parents. They know exactly how to bring judgment down on you and your loved ones. Because something is generational. And this has been a karmic cycle somebody's family has been in for years. For generations. Right? Yep. Which has kept people on the outside of information. But people are learning now. People are learning now that they hold the key to their own vault door. So this is yeah. So I feel like this is where people are really learning their worth and their value, whether they are invited to things within their own family or not invited to things within their own family. Whether your name is written on a will or not written on a will, whether, somebody invites you to the family trip or you're not invited on a family trip, whether you are, on the family mass text message or email or not invited on the family mass text message or email, Whether you're in and know, because sometimes that's intentional. The people don't invite you to stuff. You gotta rise above the judgment. That's what Source is trying to tell somebody. Come out of your feelings about stuff. Rise above it. So here we have the 8 of, yeah, but no destiny swapping. I don't want to be somebody else. That's what I love what I see when I look in the mirror. I don't want to be somebody else. So somebody's learning how to move on from the disappointing conversations or what you may have heard or what you think somebody thinks about you. So it's saying move on from the disappointing conversations. Let's move on. So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. And focus on that. Focus on whatever your wishes that are being fulfilled. Focus on that. Somebody's a hardworking person. It looks like you and somebody are a hardworking person. Somebody feels financially independent. And that's what you're focusing on. That is what you're focusing on. Yeah. That's what you and somebody have in common. That's what you have in common. Yep, so that's where someone is clear. This is Magician card. It looks like you and somebody have been in the you and somebody have, you know, in your childhood may have felt left out, like in terms of like the family situation, family dynamics, where maybe somebody has maybe talked, because I'm looking at the 3 of Swords here, may have talked to you and somebody in a very harsh way, and cause you your self-worth to feel very, very low. And just cause a lot of confusion possibly between you and someone. But again, it could be one energy may have felt like they were meek, could have come out meek, but again, that's not an indication that somebody is weak. They let God fight their battles, and some person could have been in survival mode. But nevertheless, new lease on life. New lease on life. Here's the Moon card. And that connects us with psychic abilities. That's an inherited gift, psychic abilities. So that's what somebody has in common, is meek does not mean weak. And it looks like some people came from prayer warrior families. That's what people have in common. So gratitude. So fill me with gratitude for you, for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. You and your loved ones are safe. You and your loved ones are safe. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that is it. All right. All right, bye.